Thanks, Chief.
Don't call me Chief.
Yes, Chief.
Don't call me Chief.
Just a minute, Jimmy.
I'll phone you when I get out there this evening, Chief.
And don't call me Chief. Have you got any ideas, Chief? You're supposed to be a reporter. You get the ideas, and don't call me Chief.
Sure good to see you again, Chief.
Don't call me Chief.
Gosh, Chief.
Don't call me... Well, all right, James. This is one time you may call me Chief.
You smell anything, trust me, it's the room.
Yeah, it's
This
the
room does look like it should smell worse than it does.
Does it smell bad? The room?
No, not at all.
Oh, that's
I've made
music to my ears.
I made it sound like I made it sound like it did a little bit.
No, because like I lit a candle. Because like that's how paranoid I am about the smell.
Really?
It's like the equivalent of like doing a hose bath in the sink.
Yeah.
It's like when you light a candle in your room, that's like how he cleans his room.
Yeah.
It does not seem like you're paranoid. I wouldn't describe it as paranoid. Lighting a candle is not a paranoid action. Cleaning your room would be.
He wipes it down. He wipes it down with a wet wipe.
Yeah.
And then
He's like, oh god, I'm so paranoid.
The thing is this is clean to me.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it's but like one time did you know Bemi Oladipo?
No.
Yeah, he plays for Chelsea. No, he's a guest. He was a guest on the podcast. He's a comedian, and he walked in here and you could just see on his face instantly. He was like,
well, he was wearing all white too.
He was wearing all white, and you could tell as soon as he walked in, he was like, what am I doing here?
Why wouldn't he? Why is he?
Because he's dressed to the nines like a fucking hip hop fucking artist, fucking clean as
white
fuck.
guy, right?
Huh?
White guy.
White guy, yeah, white guy, and Yeah, you could just. He's as soon as he walked in, I think he was like, "I am so above this." And then at the end of the episode, he was like, "Can we wrap this up?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I left it in because I just thought it was funny that he was so fed up with our shtick as well.
Right.
I just he didn't vibe with the humor either, like, because it was just, I don't know. Yeah, it was a weird one, but
that's too bad.
Yeah,
I hope he didn't stain his white.
No, he didn't. He was afraid to sit on the couch.
Well, no, it was stained with cum.
Yeah.
You just couldn't tell.
You just couldn't tell, yeah.
He's a fucking homophobe.
Yeah, and then George Wheeler has been in here. I don't know if you're familiar with George Wheeler.
I do know George.
Yeah, he's homeless.
They're like the yin and the yang of the London comedy scene.
He's the what?
He's like, you could, if you squish them into a circle, they'd be the yin and yang.
Yeah.
Like he's like the opposite. He's like
he's white.
He's white.
Yeah.
And he's evil.
And he's homeless. So if you got them to like 69,
it
would work as yin and yang on two levels, because they're just complete. Bemi's very conscientious of his appearance, and George just he looks like when he's naked, he looks like a snake. Do you know what I mean? He has severe psoriasis. So
I don't think there's anything he can do about that though.
No, I think he should stop smoking meth or whatever he does. And
I mean, that's gotta.
Yeah, we'll get to
help.
that. You like meth, or no? You like something, but we'll get to that. I've got some meth for you. We'll get into that. But William Hannigan is here. Welcome, William.
Thank you very much.
You cycled here. Where did you cycle from?
From like my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Like Deptford area.
I think
that's super close. Yeah,
well, it's like 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
I actually, on the way over here, I was biking through this park and I saw there was a guy climbing on like children's like playground equipment.
It's probably George, was it?
No, he he was with a woman, so I assumed it wouldn't be George.
Yeah.
That's not nice. I don't know George at all.
Yeah.
But he's like playing on all the equipment, and his girlfriend was watching him, and he must have been like in his late 30s, early 40s. And immediately I thought, like, get the fuck off of there.
Yeah.
Immediately I thought that, and then I was like, tried to check myself, like, come on, he's like finding his inner child. It's Sunday, and then he fell.
Nice.
And winded himself.
Excellent.
And his girlfriend, and he was going, and his girlfriend was petting him, and I was laughing.
That was petting him like a little.
Yeah, like she was like, "Are you okay?" And it's like he's not okay.
That feeling when you get winded and you can't speak, and when you're like, it's how I went to a birthday party when I was like, I don't know, like 11. And you know these like bouncing castles where it's like there's like this long strip part, and then it goes up like a fucking slide, and then it's like the height of maybe half the height of the house, and the whole thing is like you run up the thing and then you slide down. But there's this long part where you run up. I was sitting on the end where there's like a little wall at the end. I was sitting on that, and then like just 20 boys with the back, and they're trying to flip it backwards like this. They're like this. And then they're all up here and I'm down here, and then the bouncing castle just went like this, and then I fell from like maybe like half the height of the house,
Wow.
just right on my back, and then I was just there like, oh.
So your biggest,
God.
your biggest fantasy became your biggest nightmare. 20 boys.
20 boys, yeah. I've been chasing that high ever since. And then another time I tried to replicate. There's an Irish footballer called Robbie Keane, and his celebration was he did like a tumble.
Mm-hmm.
Do a tumble and then come out with like this, like, and I tried to do that, and I just like fucking, and then I was just like, oh.
You kneed yourself in the chest?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, just the way
I
my
think
back
I've done that,
hit
like,
the
because we had a
fucking-
trampoline, and you know when you try to like launch each other.
Yeah.
But then I don't know exactly how it happened, but like I jarred my knees like into my chest when I was, and then just
Ooh.
couldn't.
Yeah.
I thought when you said trampoline, I thought like there was just a tramp called Olene that lived on your street,
That's what I was
you know?
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this trampoline.
See how
So
I'm
excited to
pretty
go
good at
down on
yes
her.
ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is this is
I had the trampoline too, and then that's tough when you get winded because you can't communicate to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, they're like, hey, and you're just like,
You just turn into like a non-verbal autistic person, like, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, like it's bad.
it's bad. It shouldn't happen.
Yeah, it is bad. So you've moved here from Canada.
Yeah.
I've gotten all your backstory from your special Edmonton, which is on YouTube.
Yes,
Very
it
good.
is.
I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you for
Yeah,
watching it.
Of course. And so you moved over here from Edmonton. When
Yes.
did you move over from
I
Edmonton?
moved here like a year ago, a couple days ago. Yeah,
Right.
It's been like a year.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And you came here just to do stand-up?
Yeah,
Or-
I mean, like my girlfriend really wanted to come here, and I had to go somewhere bigger. Not because I was like succeeding, but like I just wanted to go somewhere bigger. And
Yeah.
it is easier to come here than go to the States.
Yeah.
Like a lot easier.
Yeah.
So then we moved here, and then I started doing comedy here.
Yeah.
And it's been good and a nightmare.
Yes, yeah, that's it. I've said this, that like there's see, I kind of started technically in Berlin, and there's a lot of like young comedians that get onto me and they're like, oh, I'm gonna come to London, and it's just like you have no idea what you're walking into.
Yeah, the nice thing though, the nice thing is like seeing, like having the experience somewhere else, and then coming here and then doing like open mics again, and like being an open micer again, and getting to see like all the hope and stuff that that like young like comics have, and like the excitement, and like not having that feels really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like not
yeah.
having to be excited about stuff.
Yeah.
Like comedy awards, or like new, like who's getting what. No one's getting paid, but they're getting like an award, or like it is nice. It doesn't do anything for me, but it just feels good to not be excited.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Of course. When you start to realize that nothing means anything, and you just gotta put your head down and maybe suck a few people's dicks, and then
I'd love to find the right ones.
Yeah, come over here, buddy. But I can't offer you. I can't offer you anything.
This is the room of a man who has things.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, AIDS.
Oh God, and the rest of it. Oh God, I've run out of fingers to count the amount of STDs I have. I think I have diseases that probably haven't even been invented, like haven't even been discovered yet.
You're working
You know
on
what I
new
mean?
ones. Your body's
I'm working
a lab.
on new ones. I'm working on new
Your
ones.
body is a wonder lab.
This room is an incubator for like
Jizz.
just jizz,
It's
and
just bad jizz.
diseases and just
Do you
whatever.
fuck a lot of guys in here? No.
No, I know. I don't. I haven't. I've been here like like two. I couldn't bring someone back. You know what I mean?
I feel like you could.
I think I could. Yeah, I think I could.
I think you. I mean, I don't know a lot about gay people, but what I do know from popular culture is that guys will fuck anyone anywhere.
Yeah.
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 And this is anywhere, and you are
This-
anyone.
This is.
Yeah, I feel
This
like it's got to be easier for guys. Like I brought women back here.
Yeah.
To your room.
Yeah.
To fuck
but-
you.
To fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Hamish got the camera and the lights. And
Yeah.
And we.
He's like, okay, bed's right there.
But I mean, I feel like if maybe they were a bit more. See, the thing, I went on a date with like a 22-year-old. Right? I don't know how you feel about that, Will. Air your grievances if you must.
Homosexuality or young people?
I mean, both. I mean, well, a 30-year-old going out on a date with a 22-year-old.
It's fine. If it's two guys, it's fine.
Two guys is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like someone like him, like he's probably in college, so he's used to like people living in shitholes and stuff. So he's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, but like I feel like if you were banging someone above 30 and you brought them here, they'd probably be like, Oh, things aren't going well for you, are they? Like,
I guess, I mean, maybe. Like, I don't know. If you're looking for someone to be with, are you looking for someone to be with or to fuck them?
It's a bit of. I just want someone to just, I don't know, just hug me and tell me that they love me. You know.
Yeah. You can't. Then they'll never come here. If you want someone to hold you here, they won't.
Yeah.
Someone will hold you down here.
Yeah.
They'll hold you to they'll wrap you up.
You asked, have I fucked anyone in here? But no, but I have been fucked. Against my will. But,
it looks like someone fucked someone against their will.
It looks like somewhere, where if you kind of kidnap someone, like it looks like a room like someone should be chained to that radiator.
If I was like in sex trafficking or even just trafficking people in general, this is the room that I would put the person that I caught.
Yes.
And this is where I'd get them to film their stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, and I've got all the equipment, got the lights, got the camera.
You just don't have a sex trafficker doing it for you.
I just don't have a sex trafficker doing it for me.
You're your own self-trafficker.
Yeah. So like I got locked out of Hinge because I don't know what did I do something, I don't know, but I can't. Now all I've got is bloody Grindr, and that's a cesspit of. That's like if my room was a dating app.
Wait, they don't tell you why? They were
just like, oh, your phone number is gay now or whatever, and I can't get into it. And then,
oh no,
yeah, I don't have to. Like, I feel like
flagged as gay.
Yeah, I think so. They're like too gay for the app, and then now I just can't get in, and it's like, oh, do I just kill myself now because I don't know. After
maybe
Hinge,
one of your dates sent pictures of your room to Hinge.
Maybe, yeah. They were like, he's a danger to other men on this app.
I feel bad making fun of your room this much.
No, dude, fucking go for it.
As soon as you put your hand on your face, I was like, I think we went too far.
But how did you meet your girlfriend? Was it?
I met her through a comic.
Right.
And there's this comic she started doing stand-up. She was like in a stand-up class. And then she started doing like stand-up. And like every year, like, it seems like stand-up classes here are like normal.
Yeah,
and where I'm from, it's like
con, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's like a you don't do that, and then then this theater started having, and then I wound up like teaching one like a few years later. But like, she like came out of it. She was like funny and like, and then so we got along. We like drank together a lot, and then she introduced me to her cousin, who's my girlfriend now, and then we just like. Yeah, just stayed together.
Hit it off. What does she do now? Does she do anything in
She's a pastry chef, so that's pretty good. Yeah, she hasn't been working for the last little bit, but now she's just got a new job, and so she's doing that. And
she's trying to break into the pastry scene.
Yeah,
she worked at a bread factory for a bit, and with a bunch of people who didn't really speak English that well, like a bunch of like Eastern Europeans, and they. It was a factory. Like it was like a legit she went in and it was bad. Someone she told me that they had kept having safety meetings because this guy was like pigeons keep getting in.
Right.
And then
they
we have to
jobs.
Yeah. They just wanted to the pigeons wanted the bread. They come in, someone leaves the door open. And then the animal control comes.
Yeah.
They shoot them, and then they didn't clean up the bullets, like the BBs and then so it wound. Then people cooked it into bread.
So there's bullets in the bread.
Yeah. So then customers were like, "We're finding bullets in the bread."
Yeah.
And then so her manager was like, "We have to stop letting the pigeons in because this is a domino effect to getting bullets in the bread."
Yeah.
And then I was like laughing at that, and she was crying every day that she came home, and then because this is her career, it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's like funny, but it's like she's upset.
Right.
Factory work fucking sucks.
It is the worst. Someone baked a knife into a loaf of bread.
Does it get sent to prisons or something?
It just got sent to the wrong place, I think.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, that's great. It gets sent to prisons. How did a knife get into a loaf of bread? I mean,
it's
this
a
place.
Threat. It seems like
this place needs to be like shut down. You know these stories that come out at like Halloween where it's like, oh, someone put razor blades into the candy, or someone. I think I saw something the other day where someone put like meth into candy and they're like giving it out to kids at the thing, and
I don't think that's real.
No,
I don't believe that anyone.
I think a lot of the time, those are like old wives' tales.
Yeah,
and there's never like there'll be like an article, but there's no
That's something I would tell my kids so I could eat their candy.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, who are all these old wives that are making up all this shit that confuses us to this day?
My dad used to come in every Halloween and be like, okay, he'd take a quarter of all of our candy and said he was going to give it to the kids at the hospital.
Right. And then he just, and then he ate it.
Oh wow!
And he was
just taxing your candy.
Yeah. For the sick kids with cancer, that's
kind of what the government does too. They're like, this is going to healthcare.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why is it so slow?
Yeah, so
like,
he's just teaching you a life lesson.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. He also hates the government.
Right, he's like anti-government.
Yeah,
guy.
he had a bunch of lies. He would lie about stuff when we were growing up, and then when you confront him about it, he looks at you.
Yeah.
And then he starts doing something else. Like he just won't answer.
Why? What would he lie about?
Candy.
Yeah.
One time he lied to me about we went hunting and he shot a moose and then so we were gutting it, and I never gut a moose before, and so we're like pulling out. The sun's coming down, and when it like moose are huge. They're just like really big. And then so he's trying to do it really fast, and he's like in this kind of a mood, right? And we don't know what we're doing. It's me and my friend. We're both like 13 or 14. And he's like, okay, we got to gut it out. We got to do this first and this next. And then he's like, okay, you got to get all this shit out of its ass.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we were actually in this room.
Were you douching the moose?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, moose douche.
we were doing it was a field douche.
Douching the moose.
A field douche.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you're kidding. And he was like, do I look like I'm kidding, right? And he's like, started yelling at me, we're losing sunlight, we're not going to be able to see this.
We're losing them.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the moose alive.
And then, so I put a glove on, and then he was like, he's like, I went to go in its ass to clean out its ass. And he was like, don't ruin a glove.
Yeah.
Don't ruin one of my gloves.
Right.
So I took the glove off, and then I just started like scooping out of its ass, like fully. And I had just started like, I had fingered a girl like a week or two earlier, or like within the time frame that this has happened.
With the same
And
glove.
And you're like, this is way better.
Same hand, same hand, same
yeah.
entire hand.
Yeah.
And it's felt similar. So
Yeah.
it like, but on a hand, like, I mean, you put your hand in someone's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, not
about
my
your-
hand. I put a
Yeah.
a
So
finger in there,
imagine
too.
your finger, but it's
Yeah.
your whole hand and then your arm.
So you're
Like-
wearing one of those long gloves. That
No,
goes
I'm not
No,
wearing
he's-
any gloves. I've taken the
Jesus.
glove off.
I've taken
'cause
the glove off.
My dad didn't want me to
You're raw
ruin the
dogging it.
glove. My dad didn't want me to ruin.
Were you wearing a condom at least, Will?
No.
No.
I don't. It doesn't feel as good.
No.
So I'm like in there and I'm pulling out after like 10 minutes. I'm like, am I done? And my dad is just like shakes his head. And then and then I can't help because it'll contaminate the meat because my arm is covered in shit.
Yeah.
And then so I didn't talk for like 8 hours after that. We like went home. And then for years, I just always thought that was like straight. And then I asked my dad about it when I was 18. I was like, well, did I have to do that? And he was like, no.
Then it
You
was
just pinch the lower intestine and you do that and all the shit comes out. He was
Right.
like, I thought it'd be funny.
That's pretty funny in fairness.
It is very funny.
Yeah. Did you go hunting a lot?
For like a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty regularly.
So you've taken many lives.
I've taken a couple lives.
Yeah.
I shot a deer in the neck. Nice. For fun. Just left it there.
Right, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So it wouldn't squeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. It saw me doing something. It saw me fisting the moose, and then I was
So
like,
fisting the moose,
you can never tell anybody.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know if I could. I was doing this Scientology test because we went to the Church of Scientology.
I saw your things online.
And one of the things was like, would you hesitate to like kill an animal if you were hunting? And I was like, I don't know. It depends on the animal, I guess. I guess the bigger the animal,
Really?
Yeah, it's like the bigger the animal, the more that's like they get closer to being like, I don't know.
A person?
I see videos of like cows and stuff on Instagram, and I'm like, they have a bit of personality, you know.
Absolutely.
But fish, I couldn't give a fuck about a fish.
Well, fish have personalities too.
Do they? Yeah.
They're autistic.
Oh, are they?
You ever meet an autistic person? And you're like, holy fuck, are you boring and fast?
Yeah, no, there is something fishy about autistic people, and I am still trying to figure them out. Like, do you know what I mean? And I think they can breathe underwater as well.
You can't make sense out of nonsense. Don't even try.
No. And it's but I remember I think it was in your special you were saying that your dad is like, he likes edibles and stuff. He's like a bit of a pothead, is he?
Yeah.
But he's off that now.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. He gets. I can never really tell what's going on with it. He did it for a while for sleeping, but then he stopped doing that. I think it's tough to know if he's ever he only provides certain information.
Yeah.
And then so you're like, oh, his life is like this, and then
Right.
you spend a day with him, and you're like, it's not like this.
It's not like that at all.
Yeah. He'll be like, he's like, I wake up every day at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. I can't fucking sleep. I just can't fucking sleep. And so I'll call him at 7 and he's asleep.
Right.
7
okay.
a.m.
So he's a bit of a. it's a bit of a, you don't know what's real and what's
reality. It's always shifty.
It's always shifty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny that like because my dad now, like he'd like an old drink now, but fucking with drugs and stuff he wouldn't be able to handle. Like and my mom as well, she's never touched drugs.
Really?
She lumps. All drugs are equally as bad. Like if she finds out that someone's smoking weed, you might as well be doing heroin. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
No, my dad is like against. He doesn't like potty humor unless he's with his friends.
Yeah.
For some reason, or like racist jokes.
He doesn't like racist jokes.
No, he loves racist jokes. Yeah,
fuck.
but like to me, I'm like
You
a
love
dirty
this
joke
podcast.
and a racist joke to me are very similar.
Yeah.
Where they're both like, because a dirty joke is just like it's really gross and stuff, and then a racist joke is like overly, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be hyperbolic or whatever.
Yeah.
But he hates dirty jokes, like gross, vulgar stuff. But then if it's a racist joke, he's like he really likes.
It tickles
loves that.
Tickles his funny bone.
But if he smells weed, he'll go and like he makes a big show of being like, I can't fucking stand that.
Right. Starts turning into a moose. Like,
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
I think it's because he just starts like questioning. Well, I mean, weed's legal in Canada too, so it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know what your guys' relationship. What's
Surely you can get it like medically, but it's very difficult.
That bush weed.
My mom got it. Like,
Yeah.
she got like legal weed. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. But it's like edible. It's like an oil. She
Is
had
your
to-
mom single?
Oh yeah.
Is your dad single?
mine? Yeah.
There you go.
My
There we go.
my dad had a story about how he sat at a friend's house, or not babysat at their house sat for them, and he's like, and they had, and like since everybody like eats weed there and uses weed there, he's like, well, he put some cookies out. So I ate a couple cookies.
Yeah.
I had 3 or 4 cookies.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then I'm crawling on the floor.
Right,
Like he was
okay.
like crawling around on the floor.
Yeah.
And then that's it. That's the end of the story, I guess. It's not really
I-
an excited story.
Yeah, it's almost like in The Wolf of Wall Street when he takes the lewds.
Yeah. I think that
Are you
happened
taking
there.
lewds? No?
Can't you like not get them anymore? Isn't that?
Yeah.
I don't think they make lewds any. Have you taken lewds?
I have taken lewds, no.
You-
I mean, yeah, I
He's
just
taking plenty of loads.
way loads.
Yeah. Spanish loads.
K loads. K loads. But what's K in Spanish? Is that
It's what?
why?
What loads?
What loads?
Yeah, it's like a
Fuck off. Like,
Shakespeare in Spanish.
what loads?
Yeah.
To swallow or not to swallow? But but what was I going to say there about something about the crawling and the
Drugs
Fuck,
and
it
your
went out my
parents?
drugs and my parents, my fucking
Heroin.
it's gone out my fucking brain. That's something about. I've never. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this was the thing when you were saying about your dad with the cookies. When I was in Berlin. I lived with a little Chinese woman from Wuhan, and
Straight from Wuhan.
straight from Wuhan. Yeah, she has a show called
Straight out of Wuhan.
Straight out of Wuhan. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She great song, but she has a whole show called Child from Wuhan, and it's. But I lived with her, and she was like a big stoner, like big pothead, and her whole thing was just like she wrote this whole show about going through like a depressive episode, and she just realized that like, oh, you just get high all the time, you don't know her depression. And then I did like her mental health podcast that she had, and I was talking about like all this medication stuff, and she was just trying to get me to start like smoking. She's like, just start smoking weed again. And I was like, half the reason I am the way I am is because I made bad decisions taking drugs. Like,
yeah, people like think that weed's like an answer, and it's like it is an answer, it is a solution, but it's the exact same as like alcoholism. It's alcoholism. If you smoke weed all the time to not deal with your problems, you're just like, you smoke weed and then you're just like you just don't care about them anymore. Yeah. Which is the same as drinking. You just drink so you don't care about your problems. Yeah. Except weed is just like, your problems are less, but there's so many people that I know whose all their mental problems are because they smoke weed. Right. And they just smoke more weed about it.
Yeah. It's, I don't know what age you start drinking at, either of you.
Yeah.
So like, what age would you say? 14?
Yeah.
You?
I think I probably was like 12 the first time I drank, 13 around there.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like.
Yeah. I think 13 was the first time. What was the occasion? Like, was it with buddies?
Yeah, it was with friends, and I stole like some wine from my mum.
Yeah.
And we were like lived in like rural area, so we're just walking around the streets, just drinking and
Just fighting kangaroos and
yeah. Exactly. Just walking on the street, breaking the bottles when we finish them,
Nice.
you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, of course. You got to break.
It's like a
the bottles.
musical.
See, that's
it's like West Side Story. They're like.
I was actually at the park the other day, and these two kids were like with their parents, but their parents were like a bit far away.
Yeah.
And these kids are just smashing bottles in front of me, and they're just kind of like looking at me like, are you gonna say something?
Yeah.
Like, they're just like breaking the bottles, and they're just like.
What age are we
looking at
talking
me.
here?
They're like 8.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Bottles.
Yeah.
Fucking bunch of wrongins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first time I was maybe 13. Yeah, maybe 13, and we were at a friend's house, me and then one of the guys, it was 3 of us, and one of the guys was too much of a pussy. He was like, I don't want to. And then he ended up being the biggest fucking crackhead out of the lot of us later down the line, which is a funny thing. But
It's funny that he's like, I know what'll happen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, almost. He had like an
and you guys are
instinct
like,
at that
come on,
point.
and he's like, no, I'm
Like,
saving
don't
my.
tempt me.
Yeah. And it's so I think we just like stole like vodka or gin from. Yeah, it's funny how you consume
Gin,
alcohol
it's
at that
always
age.
gin.
You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's not in a glass. There's no mixed. It's
Yeah.
just fucking.
I was thinking about that. I went to a meeting today, and I was thinking about like how crazy it is to like alcoholics and then children consume alcohol, but it's just supposed to be an ingredient.
Yeah.
Like it's just one ingredient
Yeah.
in a drink.
Yeah.
But like when you're a kid, you're like, I'm just having that
You're just on a
ingredient.
main line, like
Yeah.
streamline.
It's
it
like
in.
those like candies that you have, like the powdered candy, like in
Yeah.
the tubes, and you just like
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck, I love them. The long tube, no?
yeah.
So you
Pixie
literally-
sticks.
Yeah.
Pixie sticks. Yeah, we used to get them. They're like this big, and
Mm.
then you just fucking.
Yeah, they don't even taste like anything.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah, it's just-
your mouth on
Wait, you're
fire.
still talking about the candy?
I was on my face.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't-
you're not supposed to
I don't
pour it
remember
down
the-
your
yeah.
throat.
I don't remember them having balls.
Yeah, I was just like, I was just gagging.
Pixie dicks.
Yeah, and I was trying to get someone to like put some on my lower back as well, and people were like, "What the fuck is wrong with this kid?" But yeah, those pixie sticks were it was just pure fucking sugar.
Yeah.
Like, right there, just fucking.
It just skips all the part of what a treat is supposed to be, which is
Yeah.
like a moment in time that you take for yourself and you have a nice little thing.
Yeah, but it's just like you don't even like fucking. It's just like like if I had one of them now, like a pure just stick of candy, I'd be fucked for like 2 days, like just headaches and fucking like I can't.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm too young to be fucking. I'm too young to feel this old, as Caleb Followell said.
I for my 14th birthday, we got my friend brought some whiskey over to my house, and we drank these bottles of whiskey. We were gonna like drink them like later in the night, but then my aunt and my cousin were like looking after us. My parents were gone, and then like 6 or 7 of us, we all drank them, and then we went out and like shot a handgun that I had, which I hope my parents don't see this
What
because
age? Sorry,
14 maybe. I
You
think
had
I was
a handgun
turning
at
14.
14.
No, I didn't. I shouldn't have.
Legally
I feel like my dad's never,
You had
I
a
hope this is deep enough in that no one ever sees this. 'Cause, but
it
like,
was a BB gun.
we had a lot of guns growing up because my dad hunted. We had like 20 some guns, so we had like rifles and shotguns and stuff like that. And a lot of people like in the country have all that stuff, and it's all legal. It's all registered. You're allowed to have it, and then also you have some other ones that you're not supposed to have.
Yeah.
They're just like more
I've got a
collectors.
fucking 9mm in here. Yeah.
Just in case
You never know when
You
a
got a
guest is gonna
9mm in
fuck-
your pants.
Just in case there's any guest that doesn't feel comfortable in here. Just pull that thing out.
9mm. Oh fuck me.
This desk does look like a masturbator desk.
I mean, I'm naked from the waist down.
Yeah.
But
I couldn't tell.
There's a young Taiwanese boy underneath there. But
Yeah, we shot a gun. We all shot a gun together, and then we went back and like drank the rest of the bottle or whatever, and then eventually we got caught.
And what were you?
Like,
What were you shooting at?
the air.
Oh, just
Into a field.
Just airplanes.
Probably at someone's house, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's like a lot of land. We were like this little acreage. We got I think we just went out there and we just shot gun. I wasn't allowed to, but I had the thing is like my dad would always give me access to all the stuff that he thought I should know how to use. So I knew how to like clean a gun, I knew how to load a gun, I knew where all the bullets were, I knew how to unlock I knew all of that stuff. I was allowed to keep the handgun in my room in my like gun box that I had. And
he's like, "This is how you use gin."
Yeah,
this is how you use whiskey.
He would always give me. It's like, you know the saying, like, give someone enough rope to hang themselves.
Yeah.
He would give me a loaded gun. Fuck. All the time, and like he'd be like, you have to. He'd give me way too much responsibility for it. I can't really blame him for it because I was the one who misused
insane.
He once, I've like tried to talk about it on stage, but it's like sometimes it's like hard to explain to people. He built me a flamethrower once, and so did
you grow up in like a fucking zombie apocalypse or something? What is going on?
All
here?
my friends used to me it was normal,
of course,
because like we lived on like a small acreage too, and so my dad, people used to always say, "Oh, we would just go to your house for a zombie apocalypse," and I just didn't get it because I was like, well, other people have this, but I don't think other people did.
Yeah.
Because the rest of my family was not that cool with it. Like my dad gave me a shotgun for my 10th birthday. I got a 22, like a little 22 rifle.
Oh.
It was a very nice little gun that he had like redone and whatever. And then I remember when I was 12, he like all my mom's family, the aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff, they got all the presents and stuff, unwrapped a bunch of toys.
Right.
And then he came out last in front of everybody and handed me a shotgun. And
was it even wrapped?
No. He just handed me a shotgun. I was like, oh my God. And like my whole mom, like everybody there was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you giving this kid a gun?
That's hilarious.
And my dad had this big smile on his face. And I was like, nice, I'm ready for this gun. But everybody was
Didn't
like,
this happen in The Sopranos?
this would have been like 2008 too.
Wow.
Like this. And then, but yeah, one time he built me a flamethrower. It was because he had a shop on the acreage where he ran his like company out of, and he built.
What is your dad like an arms dealer or something? Like what the fuck?
On the side, apparently. No, he built like vacuum equipment for like the oil field. Like he came up with this idea for this vacuum that you could portable vacuum, and he used to make
for the oil field to hoover up.
Yeah, if there was like a spill, it's spill response. So it's like you make containers and stuff. So if like
you do one of them in here,
he probably could. He probably fix this up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then he would do that, and then so I don't know what this thing was for. It was just a flamethrower, and it was a propane tank with a wand. With like he showed me how to. So one day he just like in the morning he just took me out to the shop, brought it outside, and he was like, "This is how you turn it on. This is how you point it. This is how you like light it. This is how like you make the flame go further and then smaller." And then he made sure I knew how to use it, and he was like, "Okay, I got to go to Calgary," and then just like got in his truck and then drove. Like he just left.
But in what event would you need that, or is it just for like, oh shit?
I needed it at that moment to burn the neighbor's field down. Because then I just burned stuff, and then he came home and he was like, "The neighbors have been calling. Have you been burning stuff?" And I had no facial. My eyebrows were burned off. Like my hair was singed.
Face was black for a different reason.
Completely smothered. I was trying to hide my identity. Doing blackface. And I was just like, nope. Nope. I have no idea what you're talking. I like stunk like burnt hair. And everything on our property was burnt too. And my dad was like, "You didn't burn anyone's field."
And I love it was blaming you as well.
Like what the fuck? Like he looked and he was like, "You got to tell me the truth right now. Did you do that?" And I was like, "No." And he'd go, "Okay, I trust you." And then he would call the neighbors and be like, "Not my son."
And your dad is a fucking retard.
He's either a retard or a fucking badass.
He's like both. He's like the power of denial that he has is like beyond anyone's that I've ever seen. Like we went on a family trip this recently, like 2 years ago. My sisters and I and him, and we got bed bugs in the camp in the cabin that we were staying in, and so we have to
That's
like
when you need a flamethrower.
100%, like to burn the whole thing, and so we had to put all our stuff in the dryer. We're like dealing with whatever, and he put his clothes on that he was wearing and sat in the truck and like went to sit in the truck, and we had to like hold him back. We were like, "You can't wear your clothes. We have to clean everything," and he was like, "It's fine." And I was like, "It's not fine. Like you, I don't know why you're being so resistant." He's like, "I'm just pretending none of this is happening."
Which was a good approach to life.
Which is he only said that because he eats edibles sometimes, so he does have some self-awareness to be like, "Oh, I'm denying what's occurring right now."
That's such a contrast to like my childhood, where my parents. I think my dad didn't give a fuck, but my mom, like, they wouldn't even let me watch like WWE.
Wow.
Because they were like, no, it's violent and we don't want you fucking whatever. Like WWE, they were like, when like The Simpsons, they were a bit like, oh,
But yeah, my parents didn't let me watch The Simpsons, but I had a gun.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of guns.
Yeah, they're like, turn that off, and this hands you a fucking.
My dad got me a license. Set me up to get a license, a miner's license, which meant you could own a gun when you were 12.
Mind a miner's license.
The license to fuck minors. You got a miner's license.
Yeah, so you go and it's like I think you can buy bullets and stuff. You can't purchase a gun, but someone can give you a gun and then it's yours.
Yeah.
So you can have a gun and you own it, but you can't buy, like you can't go and buy it.
Okay.
So it's basically like you're just like in the eyes of the law, you're 12 and you're allowed to have this gun.
But under what can you, like, you can't...
Can you conceal carry?
No, no. I mean, we did, but you can't.
Right.
You're not allowed.
Had it like in your little like
my lunchbox.
Yeah. And your fucking Elmo like underwears just stuck in there,
just sticking out the back.
Yeah. But like, I don't know if I could like through my teens, like, there would be moments where if I had a gun, I'd either would have shot myself or someone else. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just in the heat of the moment, just like, you're not gonna let me fucking stay over at Sean's house, shoot my mom in the face. Do you know what I mean? Like,
But then my dad always had bigger guns.
Right.
So if I ever pulled out a gun, he'd be like, "Oh, you think I'd let you have the big fucking gun?" And then,
you brought a knife to a gunfight. Yeah.
You brought a son to a dad fight.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's just in contrast now. That's absolutely fucking mental. Like, because like I didn't think that Canada was like that. I mean, I thought that was like a very American thing with like guns.
Well, we have guns like so like the difference is we have all, I think, if not similar, maybe even more guns per capita per person than the States does.
Yeah.
But because we have to register all our guns and stuff like that. So like even though there are guns that you might have like illegally, or there might be some gun owners that do have illegal guns, most of the time it's for hunting and stuff. And so if you do something, like if we had been caught doing something illegal with guns, my dad would have had all his hunting equipment taken away, all his like ATVs, all his like all your camping gear, like you'd have everything taken away from you. So then it's like the risk, because in the States you can just have a gun and just be a person,
right? And
like you can in Canada, but it's like pointless to have a gun and just be a person. You'd have to be someone who's interested in like hunting or shooting or like some sort of like gun activity that wasn't just killing people.
What like for self-defense though? Can you?
Yeah, they don't. No, you like. There's no that. Like if you shoot someone on your property, you're going to jail for murder.
Even for like a self-defense thing, like
there's not really, because you're not supposed to have access to it. So if someone came to your house and like you shot them, like they didn't die, they could sue you. There was like a couple court cases where it's like it also depends. Like if you're indigenous, then I guess people can shoot you, or like if you're like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like straight up like that. But there will be like court cases where like there's a farmer who shot some kids who were like on his land, and then there was like this big thing and he got acquitted, or like got manslaughter or something like that. So it's like
kid slaughter. Yeah.
But you can't just because you can't have a gun on you. Like if you have a handgun, you have to have a special license for that, and it has to be locked up, and like it'd be easier to hit someone with a gun than shoot someone. Because if you were able to shoot someone with a gun in self-defense, that meant it's like that Jim Jeffries bit about going to the locker and like undoing it.
Okay.
And then like you'd have to put it all together. You have to go get the bullets. You'd have to go do all that shit. So like you can't really have them like in public. They have to be like at your residence and whatever.
Yeah. Because I was just going to say, like, you were saying that you have a massive gun per capita, and I was like, why is gun crime such a problem in the United States and then not in Canada? But you've just answered that by...
I think I might be wrong in some like, I think you can defend yourself or sort of, but it would be so hard to prove. Like you're definitely going to jail for something if you shoot someone, even if they're on your property. It's the same concept as if someone's like breaks into your house and you beat the shit out of them, you'll still go to jail for like assault. You know?
I love the idea of someone breaking in here and being like, this is a fucking complete waste of time.
They can't even break in here and hide anywhere.
I know. They're like, oh, I guess I'll
In America, they shoot people who are like running away after a robbery.
Yeah.
And they're allowed to. They're like, yeah, it was self-defense.
I
like,
saw something recently.
It's insane. You're like, this person's running away. Like,
they also. I think they look at property as like. It's like it goes like property, people. Mm-hmm. So like if someone takes your property and they're running away from you with your property, even if it's like a pack of gum, that's yours. That pack of gum is more important than their life.
Yeah,
so you can just shoot them in the back.
It depends on the person. Like a pack of gum could be. I know some people who a pack of gum is worth more than
absolutely.
Their life. It's like,
we all do.
Yeah, I think
we should.
They're more useful.
There should be
a pack of gum is more useful than that person. You know what I mean? Like it's but yeah, like we saw. I think me and Hamish saw the same video. This video in the.
But don't tell him about that video.
Well, it involved our past guests, but no, it was like insane. It was like the one where the lady is in her kitchen.
Yeah.
Did you see it? And then the cops come in.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I've got some
water boiling.
Some water boiling over here. Do you mind if I?" And they're kind of like, "Okay." And she goes over and she's literally just like, I don't know, turning off the hob or like getting the boiling water and like, "Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing?"
No,
she's
no.
Like,
so
what you tell you?
So like she like they mentioned the boiling water and she's like, "I'll go turn it off or whatever," and then she goes to turn it off and like empty the water, and the cop like backs up when she moves the water. She's like, "What are you backing up for?" And he goes, "Oh, you got boiling water there or whatever. Don't want you to hurt me." And she goes, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And like she said, which is like
fighting
nothing.
words.
And he goes, "The fuck you will." It's like, "What'd you fucking say to me? Put the fucking water down." Like pulls the gun out. Yeah, and just
it's crazy.
It's insane. Just escalates it.
Did he shoot
He
her?
took it as a threat.
Killed her,
Yeah, he killed her.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, she's dead.
She's dead. Yeah. Isn't that fucking?
But he's being like he's actually he's going to jail for sure.
That is insane.
Yeah,
that's
you see that like, and it's crazy that these videos are on YouTube. That like you can just watch. There's some channel and they show all police shootings basically. And you're getting me excited now, Will. But
Don't look at me.
There's all these police shootings, but you do see a lot of police shootings where, like, obviously there's these shootings that are completely unjustified, where they're just shooting people and they don't whatever. But there's so many videos where, like, they just go up to like someone they pulled over for speeding, and they're like, "Oh yeah, can I get your license and registration?" And the person's like, "Yeah, sure thing." And they just go and they start shooting them. Yeah, like the person in the car starts shooting them.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I can get the trepidation sometime when the cops are like. A little bit when they're going
absolutely,
to cars.
And then people being like, "Cops are pigs, kill the police.
Yeah.
All cops are bastards."
Yeah.
Every time you're walking up to a car, you're just like, "Okay, well, this guy hates me.
Yeah.
And if he has a gun, he'll probably try to shoot me."
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know why anyone. I have friends who've like joined the police in Ireland, and I'm like, why would you ever? They should pay
it's a good
shit.
Job. Really?
In Ireland, it's not great. For the first few years, you like make nothing.
Do you guys have guns though?
We have like we've special response units, and then the detectives.
We don't give them guns.
Yeah, detectives. Don't give the retards guns, but whatever you do.
You got paintball guns.
Yeah. So like the
water guns.
Just eat the bullets.
Yeah.
Shooting apple juice at each
empty
other.
clip into their bellies. But the special response, like anti-terrorist, fucking not that we've ever had a terrorist attack, but like special armed response units, and then detectives would have guns. But our ordinary cops that you see on the street, guns.
I gotta be honest. I don't. I being here and seeing cops without guns, I don't understand it.
That's odd.
It's. I think it's like really stupid that they don't have guns.
I think the reasoning in Ireland is that if the cops get guns, the criminals will get more guns, because you know what I mean.
It's like an arms race.
Yeah, it's just like the Paralympics is on. Actually,
sure, but I've never seen. I mean, at least here in London, I've never seen a police officer and felt safe.
Yeah,
in a way that like when I see a police officer in North America, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Wait, did I miss something?
No. I just when I said arms race, he said Paralympics, and I'm just imagining like just
someone
two guys racing for a prosthetic arm.
No, it's just someone like. Oh, the arms race is where they get people with no arms, and the winner gets a pair of arms.
Oh my God! There's a Nike. Did you?
Who are if you are a runner and if you don't have any arms, like arms aren't helping that much. I guess they're balancing you.
Arms when you're
I
running?
think you need arms when you're running.
They definitely help.
Yeah, they help. But
Can you imagine watching like a guy like fall face first with no?
Yeah, the legs are doing the bulk of the work.
Yeah, just put training wheels.
But then you're
on.
just kind of like, you don't. I think you need the arms for, because I saw there was an Irish runner at the Olympics, and then she was saying that she knocked seconds off of her time by changing the way she held her hands.
Sure.
Because she used to
big fat Irish fingers.
Hands with the other.
But
she's not like this anymore.
Yeah. But she but yeah, the thing with the cops in Ireland, no one respects I don't know what it's like in Canada or Australia or New Zealand, but no one respects the police in Ireland, and it's because they don't have guns, and like they just abuse the cops, and I lived in Germany for a year and a half, and people legitimately like feared the police, and not in like a fucking like they're this fucking Stasi coming in like but like the police just were just no nonsense. They turn up, they're all fucking jacked, and they've got guns, and everyone just respected the police. When there's trouble and the police turned up, they just be like, all right, sorry, yeah. But in Ireland, if the police turn up, people are just like, yeah, you fucking pigs, and start throwing shit at them. Because like, what are they going to do? They don't have guns, they don't have anything.
Yeah, and I don't think that's I just like aesthetically I don't think it's good, because I noticed that I've seen some police here that are like, I went to Windsor and I was like, okay, you guys have big guns, like good, like that's where the royal family is. They look like real police. The police I see here, I work in Peckham, and I was like biking, and this guy's like getting a ticket, and there's two police talking to him, and he's like yelling at them and stuff, and they're writing a ticket. I'm like, just run! Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, these guys are both footed. You know what I mean? Like, their feet are weird. Their bodies are not. They don't look athletic. Yeah. They don't have guns. It's like, what are you standing here waiting for them to get you in trouble for? Like, just go.
Yeah, I got in trouble when I was dog walking I used to walk the
fucking
dogs.
The dogs?
What? Fucking the dogs, yeah. Oh boy. And I used to walk them near Kensington Palace, which is like where Prince William and Kate and the three kids live. And when you're there, you're like, if I shout loud enough, will they hear me? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, fuck you. Like, will they be like eating their breakfast? Like, fuck. But I got in trouble by the police that were there, because I just let the dogs off the leash, and they were like, we've had reports that your dogs are like scaring the geese. And I was just like, oh, yeah, fine, okay. And I just had to like go around and like fucking leash up the dogs. Geese? Huh? The geese? They're armed geese. Yeah. The geese are like drones. They just fucking they just drop munitions on. Apologies about the flies. I mean, I should have gotten rid of
don't worry about it.
The dead body under the bed before you came over. Alright folks, that was William Hannigan, Big Willie. You can watch a special on YouTube. It's called Edmonton. I enjoyed it very much. You can follow Will on Instagram at Willie Hannigan. What else? The usual. This is the end of the public episode. Head over to the Patreon to listen to the rest of the episode if you'd like to. It's very, very good. He talks about his dad shooting a dog, if you're into that sort of thing. What else? I have a show in the Bill Marie on the 3rd of October. For the love of baby Jesus, get tickets for that. So I'm not performing to a squirrel and I don't know, something else funny. My mother's tits. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Yeah, come all. Even if you're in London, would you get the finger out, would you? Even if you live in I don't know, Spain, come over and I'll suck your dick. I promise. Anything else? That's it. Alright folks, as always, thanks for listening. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Alright guys, bye.